Alex Makovica from the Rural Radio Network visiting with our old friend Jeff Peterson at Heartland Farm Partners and bringing us this interview.
Jeff, we are looking at marketing plans today because a lot of producers across the area are either wrapped up with harvest or just on the tail end. So what are some things now that they're in that step that they need to be thinking about with their marketing plans?
Yeah, this is always an exciting time of the year. We've had a chance to get harvest behind us, and we know in some areas the yields were really good, and we know in other areas they did get hurt. But regardless of the size of the crop, there's some things that we need to do. First of all, go in and just dust the dust off that marketing plan and dig into it. And the first thing we want to do is just to go back and look at our expenses and say, how did our expenses compare to where we forecasted, and come up with what our break even is. That way we know physically where we can make some sales, or even if we're going to have to make sales below break even, we kind of know where we're going to come in at. Then once we've had a chance to do that, we want to go back through, double check our acres, look at our yield, figure out how much production we physically had. And then we want to figure out, what percent sold are we? Where are we sitting? And then think about, hey, I'm going to need to core some bins here soon. How many bushels do I need to move? Or what do I need to generate for cash before year end so we can get ready to make that next round of sales?
Yeah. What else comes to mind when you're thinking about marketing plans that you'd like to advise?
Yeah, there's a few things that we need to think about. I know it seems early to be thinking about the 2025 crop year, but start roughing out those numbers. Think about what your acres are, what you think you're going to have for yields and some rough costs. But then back on the 2024 crop, if you've got some bushels that you've got in the elevator, maybe they're on a storage contract or delayed pricing contract, we've had some really nice improvement. And so we're getting really close to needing to switch those over to basis contracts so we can stop storage. The other thing can be is that on any bushels that you physically still have in the bin, think about at what level you'll physically want to make some sales and kind of get some of those targets ready in the back of your mind.
All right, excellent advice. Jeff Peterson is joining us with Heartland Farm Partners based in Lincoln. And I'm Alex Makovica with a look at your market report here for the Rural Radio Network.
We are ever so close to being wrapped up with harvest in Nebraska. We know there are still a few folks doing some work in the field, but the USDA does report soybean harvest essentially wrapped up. Corn harvest 94% complete. Moisture continues to rate mostly short to very short. 90% of winter wheat has emerged. Pasture range conditions continuing to rate mostly fair to poor. Trade is hugely important for the state of Nebraska. Now the governor leads a trade mission to Europe. I'm Steve White. We had a chance to visit with the governor as he visits Germany. Following President Trump's win, many in agriculture are watching to see if more tariffs will follow, and then there's the possibility of new trade deals. Groups like the Corn Growers have released economic reports showing a new trade war could cost billions. Meanwhile, Governor Jim Pillen leads a delegation including ag and business leaders, where he's happy to talk about Nebraska's bioeconomy.
We love to say in Nebraska agriculture, we feed the world, save the planet.
Last year, the state exported more than $100 million worth of beef to the European Union, more than any other state.
The people that own this restaurant where we ate serve Nebraska beef all the time. They love it. And we've had a busload of people that want to come to America and come to Nebraska and see how we do things.
Another Trump administration and tariffs are unknown as Nebraska focuses on building relationships.
What's it going to be like now that we have new leadership in the United States? My message is really simple. We're incredibly grateful. We're going to be a more secure planet because of President Trump winning. And then obviously business and the economy and making sure that we can do business around the world with like-minded people. That all spells win-win-win for all the people that we're talking with.
Our Grow Weather Outlook is next.